Yo, what's going on, guys? I have another franchise league game for you. This league, I am the Panthers. This is probably one of my favorite leagues because I feel like the Panthers are one of the best teams in the game. Unfortunately, they don't really have a quarterback situation figured out, but everything else is pretty stacked. So we're going to go down the list of everything here, and then we'll go ahead and get into the game. So first off, they're going to say it's a short week, so they don't want to do practice because they don't want to be tired. And I have to tell them yes, because the last thing I want to do is play with a team full of that actually didn't say anything about me not being able to train them. So let's go ahead and do weekly strategy. And I feel pretty confident about my squad, man. So this team is very stacked on the defensive side. And honestly stacked on the offensive side because of Robbie Anderson. But yeah, they just don't have a quarterback, and I was going to trade for one. But one person wanted J.C. Horn, who I didn't want to get rid of. And the other person wanted Brian Burns. So I was kidding myself thinking I would be able to trade someone small for such an important position like quarterback. But hopefully we can. I was hoping someone would want Christian McCaffrey, honestly, because I can get busy with Hubbard, but it wasn't working like that. So this is the squad. I decided to keep Tyron Johnson instead of trading him. Tight end, Beasley. And we got Brian Burns. It's the team you expect it to be. But this is how I personally set up the depth chart. Here's the cornerback situation. You see I got C.J. Henderson, but really Troy Pride comes in all the time because Jeremy Chin will go down to the sub linebacker spot, and C.J. Henderson goes out and plays free safety for me. So that's dope. So that's dope. And you see I moved J.C. Horn to the strong safety position. Here's my sub linebacker, slot cornerback, and slot wide receiver. So that's what I'm working at there. This is the guy who actually wanted. Look, you got Deshaun Watson on the bench. Are you joking me right now? He wanted Brian Burns for Deshaun Watson straight up, and I ended up saying no. But like with him benching Deshaun Watson, maybe. No.
It's copyrighted by NFL.
Whoops. Okay, cool. So I'm actually watching the Rams. I don't even remember who they're playing against now. Rams and Cardinals game, that playoff game. It is a crazy one for sure. So he put all the speed out there on the field, all the speed he got. There's his linebacker situation, cornerback. Wow, yeah, that's not even going to be fair with Robbie Anderson on the field. But all right, this is what we're working with. Now let's just go ahead and get into the game.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. On the return, Tremont Smith. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. The Yetur Gross Matos there to bring him down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Strebler to throw it. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
The Carolina Panthers picked up Tommy Tremble in the 3rd round from Notre Dame. This is a tight end with terrific upside, a tremendous blocker, now showing good hands on that catch for a first down.
Now Newton on first down. He's got Anderson right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. From the gun is Strebler. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now Strebler. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Newton. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Walker able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for Carolina. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
One of the more productive and durable players up until last year. Remember, in 2019, 116 catches, which was an all-time record for NFL running backs. Trying to come back from an injury-filled 2020, just 17 catches on the year. Sure is great to see him back on the field doing his thing.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Newton. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. A shotgun snap for Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Strebler. He's going to look deep down the field. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether...
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Carolina. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Shifts by at the 15. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here this first half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the draw, it's Jackson. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
On 4th down, Strebler. He's going to go deep for Conley. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On 1st down, Newton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Newton now to throw. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And that is incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
To throw is Strebler. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Dante Jackson picks it. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jonathan Bernard just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. 3rd and long. It's Newton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Desmond King picks it. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
2nd down, another carry for Jackson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
Newton on 1st down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, Carolina. CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They run again with Jackson. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
They'll go, Strebler. And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They run on first down with Jackson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Strebler to throw. Pass caught. It's Kawan Baker. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On the run, this is Jackson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So that one will be accepted. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
3rd and long, it's Watson. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. To throw is Strebler. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been in the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
The tackle made by Derek Rivers. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. Here's Newton. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Philip Dorsett. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Sound right, boy.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 93 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Now a first down throw for Newton. Checks this down to Hubbard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, it's Newton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
That's going to frustrate the coaching staff a little bit as they dialed up the deep shot, but they weren't on the same page on that play. Heck, I don't think they were in the same book. I think he thought he was going to do something else, ends up throwing it over the sidelines. Well incomplete.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Off play action, Newton. He finds his man Johnson. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On third down, it's Jackson. And he's got some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On first down, Jackson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Now a give right side. Jackson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. An even 100 yards on the ground for him so far. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Throwing here, Newton. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now,
well, that's the game, guys. Didn't do a very good job passing the ball, but we ended up making up for it with the run game. Christian McCaffrey balled out of control. Defense balled out of control. It's just the offense that's going to need some work. Can't be throwing picks like that. No, we've been doing very good. Look, we've already thrown. Oh no, that's him. But honestly, we're still pretty low in the list of picks. But no, he's definitely thrown the most. So yeah, we got to get that under control. And I believe we will. Just got to, practice passing a little bit more. And for the love of God, Cam can't be like under or overthrowing stuff. That would always be helpful. But anyways, that's the game. If you watched all the way to this point, thank you for watching the entire video. Please like the video, comment on it, all that stuff. If you're wondering why I don't talk during the games, it's because I personally play better when I'm just focused. I don't know how people play and talk at the same time. I personally can't do it. I start throwing so many interceptions. It's crazy. I can't multitask like that. At most, I'll be watching the game or I'll be playing music or something like that. That's easier to do compared to talking during the gameplay. So yeah, that's just me. Anyways, thanks for watching and check out some of the other videos or see you in the next one. Peace.